Visst var. Kom igen August, samarbeta. So this is the last time you're gonna see our kitchen stove looking like this. Just saving it for a bit of memory for myself, I guess, as well. And this is what the fireplace looked like today, before we start working on it.
Du får göra det så här.
Typ, ska vi båda göra högerhänder?
Jag syns det ska vara lite som dyk, like.
En triangel liksom.
Yeah, exactly.
Ska jag köra här och du här? Eller vad vill du köra?
Finger the biggest here, and then.
Så jag tar min här då?
Yeah.
Och så tar du den här?
Yeah.
Så. Så.
It is a bit cute.
Ja, det tycker jag också.
Okay.
Ja, men det blir det.
So there.
Det vet jag. Det blir kanon.
Jag funderar vad meget jag sådan.
Ta ihop lite grann tror jag.
Like that?
Nej, alltså ihop så.
Ihop, vad betyder det?
Together. But it's up to you. I have it. Yeah.
Ja, så jag kommer inte idag så blir det imorgon.
But I don't want to do it on yours.
Eller imorgon är vi på. Vi ska flygsparka och sen
Maybe
får vi se
was that a bit.
Nej, det är perfekt. Ser good.
fogar och sen.
Jag ser det. Inte i munnen.
Så. Får du spreta på fingrarna, kan du göra det? Det här kommer bli svårt. Kom igen August, samarbeta. Snyggt! Kan du få in tummen också?
Ja, jag förstår det.
Since we've been working on this the entire day and now everything is drying downstairs. I haven't been able to make fires now for, I don't know, 12 hours or something. And it's minus 12 degrees Celsius outside. And in the bedroom right now it's plus 3. I think I saw it was last time I checked at least. So it's not exactly super warm. So I'm gonna sleep with a wool hat, wool hoodie, 2 layers of comforting dune things, and 2 dogs very close to my chest, and hopefully we're gonna keep warm that way. Sleep well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Go, got this. Go. Before I can show you the end result of the stove and the fireplace, there is another obstacle we need to tackle first. There is a lot of benefits with getting running water in your cabin, but there is also a lot of problems that occur that you don't really think about. And one of those things that we installed a we installed one of these, a heating cable on the pipe that is going from the pump house out there in here. So if the pipe freezes, which it has done from time to time, I just plug it in here, it defrosts the cable, and we're all good to go again. But what we didn't think about is that the pipe going out from the sink, when the water is pouring from here, down here, and then out, I never thought about that could freeze as well. So we've had this issue for many weeks now, and I don't know, I've just pushed it to the side and I learned to live with it. So I have a bucket in here that I fill the water in. So I haven't used the sink for 2 months easily, because this pipe down here has been completely frozen. But now I will defeat this problem. I have to. I have to overcome this. So wish me luck. So what I have been doing is to I got another heating cable, a second one right here, and it goes down a bit, but now it just completely stopped by the ice, I think. So I have started to basically fill up the pipe with salt, try to melt the ice a bit, and mix that with hot water. I got it like a meter longer than when I started, at least, so we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna try something new now. I tried to force feed the cable, or the heating cable, down the pipe. That did not work, or I got a tiny bit forward, but not as far as I hoped for. So now my idea is to take the cable and then twist it around the pipe that's going out with the water, and hopefully that will work. So I've been trying like 16 different solutions now, and nothing is still working. And I can't figure out where it's actually stuck. I think that's the main problem, because it's not ice all the way out, but a big chunk of it. But I need to figure out where it is. So this is either a genius MacGyver solution, or it's gonna make things even worse. What I'm doing is attaching a little flashlight to the heating cable, and by lowering it down I will hopefully be able to see where it's stopping because I can see the light through the pipe. The pipe is not that very thick, so I should be able to see the light going through on the outside. I'm hoping. I have no idea if this is gonna work. We'll try. So this is what I came up with. We have a flashlight right there. Works like that. And then I took a ball, what do you call it? Like a clicking pen, the top of that, and taped it together because the cable was very like pointy. So I think that thing can also have gotten stuck in the pipe because the pipe is very like jagged, if that makes sense. So I put something round in the top so make it go smoother through the pipe, hopefully. And then the flashlight so we can see where we are. Okay, here we go. Flashlight on. Okay. This is either genius or stupid. Let's see. I'm probably gonna get stuck either way. Yeah, very stuck. Okay, let's go to the outside and see if I can see it then. I think I can see it. Can you see there's a light source? That's our flashlight, I guess. Okay, then we know the flight has gotten that far at least. Where is it? It's at the bend there. Okay. Let's see if we can get it even further then. I mean, I don't want to push too hard because then it might come loose or something. Maybe I need to angle it this way. It shifts just as I'm turning it. Okay, again. Like that. Do not twist right now. Come on. Come on. Still stuck there in the same position, I think. Okay. What do we do then? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to push it in from the other end of the pipe instead. See where the blockage is from that end, maybe. Flashlight working. Okay, this is actually a bit cool. I can see it going forward. Okay, that's the stop. So I think I made some progress now. So now I brought out my heating gun. And hopefully it can defrost this middle part where I think the most of the ice is. Hopefully. Okay, let's see. Okay, I will push the cord forward and maybe you can tell me if you can see the light coming through the pipe or not. Okay, here it comes. Hopefully. Can you see it? Okay. I realize that you can't answer, but... Oh! It is working! Success! Okay, that's quite cool. That was very helpful with the light. Whoa. I don't know if it's easy for you guys to understand how long this takes. The light was just over here, and this segment right here took me about 20 minutes. And we have another meter at least to the entry of the cabin. So maybe an hour left. Pro tip, by the way, don't get this light or the torch or whatever you want to call it, the heating gun, too close to the plastic pipe. It can melt. Now we're actually getting really close. Can you see it? That's the entrance to the kitchen, and that's the light. So yeah, another half an hour maybe, and that's it. Then we'll come all this way.
Okay, we'll do one last push, hopefully. Are you ready?
Are you ready for the best sound in the world? It's been months without me using this. It's such a relief. I've been making dishes in this bucket for the last few months, so it's gonna be really nice to have 2 sinks back and everything working as normal. Whew. Whew. Now it's just a tiny detail of cleaning this mess up so I can show Christine tomorrow. One thing that is a bit tricky to show, or impossible to show in a video like this, is how badly my hands are smelling right now, because this water that's been stuck and frozen in this pipe has been laying there for a few months. Yeah, I'm very happy YouTube is not as evolved so you can smell what I smell like right now. It smells like sewage water, basically. And I've been like digging around in it for a few hours, or the whole day, basically. So I think it's time for a sauna. Okay, so I want to share this when it's still fresh when it still sits in my body and it feels fresh and so on. Because this morning I almost had a complete mental breakdown. Nana, come, you can be here as well. Come, you come. Okay, it's clean. It's you can lay like this. It's just been a rough couple of days, if to have to be honest. And I find the core feeling I'm sitting with is I'm struggling so much to find balance, I guess. Both trying to be a good boyfriend to Christine, a good dad to August, running my own companies with all these things, with print shop, YouTube, newsletter, writing a cookbook. yeah, and so many other things. At the same time, trying to renovate everything, be a good dog owner to these guys. Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, but I was taking care of August this morning, so Christine could get a bit of a really slow morning and take a long shower and sleep in and just have a cozy morning, which she absolutely deserves every day if I could give her that. I hope this just doesn't come across as like, I don't know, complaining. I just find it very, very hard to be all of these things at once. If I had to be honest, I almost could start crying just talking about it. And what I wanted to get to, that's why that's why I sat down and wanted to share this with you guys, because I was feeling all of these things this morning, or right now as well, and the girls are shedding like crazy. Can you see this? I was having these feelings. I could feel they were building up within me, and I got more like annoyed and cranky and sad and frustrated, and just like all these negative emotions started building up within me. I could feel, and Christine could sense it on me, obviously, and she asked what was wrong, and I said nothing, it's fine, which is clearly wasn't. My whole body just wanted to it's fine, and then open the door, go back to the cabin and start working again and just suppress it. But I knew I would regret it as soon as I step out of the door. So I stayed and I told her what was going through my body and what I was feeling, and she very patiently listened and understood completely. And you know, when you have built up these so much emotions in your body, and you think you're sitting alone with them for some reason, and that was just so nice to be heard, I think, from her. She didn't try to compete with the emotions. She didn't try to defend herself or anything like that. It was just like she just listened, she just accepted it, and really listened to what I had to say, which I really appreciate by her. She's a really good listener. And by just doing that, me being able to ventilate all these feelings and all these stresses I have, trying to earn enough money for the family so we can keep August at home, and so we don't have to send him to kindergarten, for instance. We can actually be with him. But then I need to work my ass off to be able to afford that and all the renovations and everything. So it was so nice to just lay it all out on her, and she could hear and feel me, what I was going through, and then she could ventilate back to me that I get it, and she ventilated what she was struggling with, tried to be a good mom and be a good girlfriend, and then we just hugged and kissed it out, and it was just really good end of can you come here, really good end of a really crappy morning emotionally. I had a super cozy morning with August, and I love spending time with him, especially now when he's getting a bit older. He's 9 months now. It's so much more fun to be with him now because he's actually interacting and answering back and playing around and crawling on the floor and stuff. So that's so much fun. But the emotions I could feel were building up, and I guess I just want to remind myself and you guys to actually tell the people around you what you're going through, because most likely they're gonna understand and listen, and you're gonna feel so much better when it's out in the air. Because I knew if I go home with these emotions, start walking the girls, I'm just gonna build it up even more, and then I'm gonna be a fight in the evening with Christine, or like an outbreak or something. That's completely unavoidable if I want to, by just talking about it. Even though we live this, both in our opinion, dream life. We have everything we could ever want and wish for, but it's still not enough time. I want to spend even more time with August. I want to spend even more time with the girls. I really miss Christine as a partner. That's something no one really prepared you for. How much you would miss your partner when you're getting a kid. Because the most interactions we have, besides eating together, it's like handing him over between her and me. It's like, oh, here, now you take care of him so I can do these things, and then, oh, I get him back, and then I take care of him for a while. That's the most interactions we have, and I communicated that with her, that I think it's really tough not to have this, not to have her for myself as much as I'm used to, I guess. I know it sounds selfish, but yeah, that's what I feel like. Maybe some of you can recognize this feeling if you maybe have gone through something similar or are going through something similar. I think it's important that we share and talk about these things, because it's important to know that we're not sitting alone with these feelings. Yeah, thank you for listening. Now let's move on with the day. So now we're at the morning after. It started to dry quite nicely. You can still see there's some parts where it's not dried yet. So it's a bit darker areas, so I don't want to use the stove just yet, because if it's actually getting too hot too quickly, this might crack, and then we have to do it again, which we don't want to do. So I have to figure out another way to do breakfast today. It's all dried up, ready to be painted, or almost ready to be painted. We need to use the brush first to kind of like get all the kind of grainy surface away and get all the dust off, and then vacuum, and then we can start painting. So now we need to do the boring part first to be able to get the reward of painting. I actually think I'm done. The funny thing is that at like 7 o'clock in the evening when I started this project, I said, I'll just do this in 1 or 2, maybe 3 hours, and then I can go to bed. It's now been 6 hours. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. This is a true statement of my time optimism. It turned out really good, but it's very, very tired. It's more details than you actually think of before you started. The roller thing was just a simple part. I've been using this one most of the time, actually. Like in all these corners, and tried to make it pretty. Succeeded in some areas, and in some areas I completely failed, but I'm too tired to care at this moment. This is the kitchen before the renovation, and this is the kitchen after. This is what the living room looked like before, and this is after. So I did a very, very stupid mistake a few days ago. I was out, had a very lovely morning. I was out with our dogs, Tuss and Nala, and sledding. So I took them on a long trip across the frozen lake. We had some scooter tracks from some of our neighbors in the village that have been driving over with their snowmobiles. And then we can just follow with the sled in their tracks without the snow getting too deep. And I put all my regular clothing on, but there was one item of clothing I couldn't find. In Sweden we call it balaclava. I don't know if it's the same in English, but it's like a headpiece that only has an opening basically here. So the rest is covered with wool, so you keep warm and cozy. But I couldn't find it, so I was like, it will be fine. I didn't check the temperature before heading out. It was minus 22 degrees Celsius, so quite cold. We can get up to like minus 35 easily, but minus 22 is still quite cold. So I headed out without that thing, the balaclava on my head. I still had this one on, my wool hat, which I have all the time and it keeps me warm most of the times. But as soon as we started racing with the sled down our forest road here and onto the lake, I started feeling that the wind that was coming against us like kind of opened up the hat like this. So the wind came straight through here and onto my ears. And in the beginning I was like, ooh, okay, that's really, really, really cold. You know, when it is cold already from the beginning, when you're then adding wind to it, like really high, because these girls run really, really fast. So the wind adding on to that temperature must have been way, way colder than 22. So I stopped or was holding on to the sled with one hand and then covering the ears with the other hand like that. But then after like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it kind of went away. I was like, okay, it feels okay. And then I just kept mushing on with the girls across the lake. And then when I came to Christine's parents' house, where Christine and August is, I stepped inside and I took off my hat and all the rest of the clothing and realized, like, I felt my ear after I took off my hat and realized my ears was completely frozen, like white. First I laughed about it. I told Christine, look, I can just like flick them like this, I don't feel a thing. So then I took some warm water and just tapped lightly like that and tried to get them warm again. I think that was a bit of a mistake, because the pain that came from that was something, I've kind of a high pain tolerance, I would say, but that was, I had to lay down. I almost passed out because it was so uncomfortable. It's hard to describe that kind of pain, but it was super weird and was really, really hurtful. And then I checked, my ears they went from white to blood red, basically, and stayed like that for the whole first day. And now I don't know if you can see it. They're still very red, and I can barely touch them like this. They're super, super swollen and very, very sore. So the first 2 nights I couldn't even sleep in my bed, because every time I was laying down to hit the pillow, the pillow went up a bit like this on the side and touched the ears, which kept me awake all night. I never felt this stupid before. I always respect the cold living here, but this time I made a mistake. And it's, I can really feel like it's, I don't know if you call this frostbite, because I connect frostbite to when you see people losing their fingers because they're blue and black. That's not this. I think it's an earlier stage of it, but it's like I can feel how there's like wounds on the outside on my ears. I'm sorry if this is too much details to share. I think it's a valuable lesson to talk about. And it's so interesting that when you finally, they have gotten a bit better now. It's been 3 or 4 days, but it's still super sore. This ear is actually a bit better than this one. This is the worst. Like, just doing this hurts a lot. So yeah, I feel extremely stupid. I've lived here for 6 years now. I should be able to figure this stuff like this out. Yeah. Lesson learned the hard way. And I'll share some more updates along the way if I lose my ears or not. I don't think so, obviously, but I hope this goes away in a few days. Otherwise, maybe I have to look it up. So today... Oj jävlar vad skit i den linsen var. Vänta, en gång. Jag tittar upp mot den och bara... Hjälp! Då ska vi se. So today we're out on a... What you would call maybe a reconnaissance mission. Me and Andreas are out looking for the new place to take our future prints. So now we're just scouting for a good spot. We have a woodpecker right above us and a lot of fresh snow. So the opportunities are really high at least. So we'll see if we can find something. Okay, we think I've found the right spot now. So in there, which we're gonna photograph from that angle, which means I can't walk on this snow right here. So I have to walk around. And then in here, right? Huh? Okay. Like here? So now I'm sitting here as a test dummy, basically, so we can see what it looks like when a person is actually sitting on this spot. And Andreas is over there taking the actual photo. Because it's a different thing just seeing it from afar and actually having a person in frame to see what the end result could look like. Because we're gonna go back here in a few hours when we have collected some firewood and gonna make a fire right in front of here. And then we're hoping that me and Andreas is gonna sit on each side of the fireplace or the bonfire, and then the light on that bonfire is gonna kind of luminous on the trees around us. That's the idea, at least. See if we can make it happen. Ganska bred ändå, tror jag. Får du se?
Vadå?
Alltså att brasan blir ganska bred, så vi får den...
Ja, vi vill ha... Jag tänker att det kanske blir... Ja,
det kanske kan sprida sen.
Ja, det kan börja så här.
Precis. So it's now a few hours later. We have started the fire right there. And Tusenala is with us over here, obviously, playing around.
Okej, ställ upp på mig. Ja.
Jag måste ställa upp lite.
Ja, gör det. Ska vi gå iväg och kolla lite? 2000 då, inga problem.
Ja, 2000 borde vara bra.
Så, och sen kan vi faktiskt kolla, vi kan göra så här.
Now we're going over the settings to see if we're happy with the picture we just took or if we need to make some adjustments, basically. And then we're going to try it again.
Okej. Vi kör bracket på minus...
Hej Kalle.
Så här blir det nu. Nu kommer det bli ännu mörkare, de mörka bilderna.
Mm.
Det kändes som att det fortfarande inte var för tillräckligt mörkt på den här typ. Nu
Precis.
blir det mycket bättre.
Exakt, där är det större kontrast. Ja.
Ja, precis. För då ser man ju verkligen.
Ja, det var det där jag ville åt.
Ja.
So it's a good thing to know that all of my future videos are now gonna look a bit more fresh and nicer thanks to this new stove. We're very happy about the end result, and I hope you liked the before and after shots a bit earlier, because that can really give you an idea of how it actually looked like. It was a bit of a sore thumb in this cabin, this whole portion, both in the kitchen and here in the living room, and you don't realize it until you actually renovate the rest of the cabin. So when we've done the ceiling, painted that white, we've done the floor, sanded everything like that, this whole thing, yeah, it didn't look very nice. So this is easily the nicest upgrade we've done in a while, and also fixing the pipes now so we can use the sink. So many good renovations, not that much of an effort, or I put a lot of hours in, but you know what I mean. It's not like building a new roof or something like that. So very happy, very relieved of all the progress. So I want to say thank you not only for watching these videos, but I also seen that we have reached 300,000 subscribers on this channel, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So I just want to say thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking the videos, thank you for being here, commenting, being a part of this community. It wouldn't be the same without you. And yeah, thank you for watching this video as well. If you want to watch another one, this is how much they're shedding right now, the dogs. If you want to watch another video, you can check this one out. And if you want to check out our prints, there's a link down in the description to both the prints we photographed today that you saw here in the video, but also the rest of our prints that we've been shooting and editing and fixing for many, many months. So I hope you like them. So yeah, I'll stop rambling. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.